Jack.
I love driving here because, you know how I'm obsessed with my sat-nav because I can't find my way anywhere, so I've got the sat-nav. What's great is when you get on the A1000, because she's got a sexy voice and she goes, turn left onto the A1, oh. I kind of like that. I'm Graham Mack and I'm with Jules.
I think I've got myself into a bit of a situation now where I can't really get out of it in an easy kind of a way. I've been quite friendly with the woman who runs my local shop. She knows my name, but I realised that I don't know her name.
How long's it been?
Nearly 2 years.
Oh, you're well past the point where you can ask.
Aren't I?
Yeah. I mean, I think you've got about 4, maybe 5 days grace on that.
5 days?
Yeah. 2 years? No, you can't ask now.
There's no way now that we've been having chat and banter for nearly 2 years that I can go in and go, oh, by the way, mate, what's your name? I can't do it, can I?
No, you've got to wait till someone else comes in and uses their name.
Do you think I'm just going to have to camp out in the corner of the spa and just stay there for about 7 or 8 hours until someone goes, oi, Margaret, you got any of those
whatever
flags?
it is, yeah. Or you've got to be somewhere else and you go, you know, oh, what's the name down the shop? As if you've just forgotten it.
Yes.
And then they'll go,
who else knows her name? No one else knows the lady at the shop's name.
Right, well, you got a problem.
It's not like you got Sue's written above the door or whatever. You know, it's a generic spa. I don't really know what to do about it. I can't go in there. I can't ask her name. It's really rude. I think that solution might be the only way. You know,
it's the only way.
To hang out.
I've done it, but not realised. I worked at a radio station in Birmingham for 3 years, and it wasn't till one of the ladies was leaving that I realised I'd been calling her Faye, and her name was Fran.
What? For 3 years?
You'd think she would have told me.
You would think that, yeah.
Why would you let someone call you by the wrong name for that long and not correct? Like once, if they're moving on and you're listening and you don't want to be rude, you just let it go, but twice? No, you just go, no, actually, it's fine.
Maybe she didn't like her name and she was quite enjoying her new identity. There's going to be a shortage of goat's cheese. There's been some sort of a thing called Q fever, which has spread across Europe, and there's been a massive cull of like 50,000 goats and sheep, which means there's going to be a real shortage, which means obviously the prices are going to go up. This is horrendous, Graham. I don't see why you're not more worried.
5 years ago, this wouldn't have been a story. Where was goat's cheese 5 years ago? Who was eating goat's cheese?
The
was
Queen.
Like, yeah, maybe the Queen and maybe ponytailed Mexican beer swigging, sandal-wearing basket weavers. You know, those kind of people? But now, goat's cheese, it's kind of moved into the mainstream, but only for girls, hasn't it? It's girl food.
Only for girls?
Yeah, my wife loves goat's cheese.
It's delicious. What are you on about?
No, I can't. I just can't. It's not my thing at all. It's just a bit too...
goat's cheese is for girls?
Yeah, there's certain food is for girls. There's girl food and there's boy food. Goat's cheese and rocket and caramelised onions. They're all the girl food. And those girl breads, those girl coffee, your farty latte and all. There's certain things for girls and certain things for boys. And goat's cheese is a girl thing.
Rachel's on the phone. Hello, Rachel. What happened to you?
I met this guy and he was really nice. It was at school and everybody called him Smithy. And after a while I realised that he really liked me and I really liked him and he was now and I said yes.
Oh!
And it was so cute and we were actually the school couple for a couple of years.
The school couple?
The school couple, yeah. We were the ones that were doing the things in the broom cupboard and things like that.
Filth, Rachel!
And we were going out together, I think it was about 2 or 3 months. And he invited me round to his mum and dad's house for tea.
Oh, big time.
And I was calling him Smithy, you know, in front of his mum and dad. And then they were, you know, looking at me really weird. And after tea, she turned and she said something, and she called him Matty. And I was like, his name's not Matty, it's Smithy. And they go, no, his name's Matty.
Did you actually tell his mother that she was getting his name wrong?
Yes.
Amazing.
You didn't think, Rachel, that his mother may be the expert on this topic?
No, I thought I was right. I was his girlfriend, so, you know.
Did you see this big fat man that got 2 seats on the plane?
Just hearing about this story now. Is this because the airlines are saying that if you're big, you have to buy 2 seats?
Yeah, well, some of them are saying this now, that it's a really tricky one, because it is in some ways pretty unfair if you've got someone that's 7 stone and somebody that's 37 stone, and you're paying the same price when you're thinking about the amount of extra fuel that it carries. Anyway, he was flying. It's a little plane. He's going from Ireland to Wales, and he's told he has to get 2 seats. So he does it. He pays for his 2 seats. He gets on the plane. Well, he gets to the desk, and they give him a ticket, and it says one of his seats is row 17, and the other one is in row 19.
They were in different rows.
Kind of defeats the point of having
How
2
big
seats
was he?
next to each other. What happened to you, Dave?
I've worked for the company I work for now for 14 years, and I've always called the delivery driver Bert.
Okay.
And then we find out after 14 years his name's Alf.
Shut up.
No, and the entire night crew called him Bert.
And he's responded to the wrong name for 14 years?
Yeah.
What's wrong with him?
Well, what's wrong with us?
I feel a bit upset not to be American today. I always feel that on Thanksgiving Day, because there's loads of American people all getting excited and, you know, making loads of nice food and stuff.
I always wonder what the North American natives, the Red Indians, or if that's what you call them, well, the Native Americans.
Are you trying to be the PC first?
I am, yeah.
Well,
what do they think of Thanksgiving? How do they celebrate?
Yeah, I bet they don't.
I bet they get like a big meal with a turkey and all the trimmings, and then the white people from next door come over and steal it.
What's the deal with you and your neighbours, Mary?
Well, we've been in our house 7 years now, and I don't know what they're called.
You still don't know their names?
No, every year we save our Christmas cards for the kids to make and do with next year, and every year I have to go through all my Christmas cards and find the one that they sent us last year to get their names so I could write who it's to.
That is brilliant.
I forget. I have absolutely no idea what they're called.
And I thought 2 years was bad for asking the lady down my road what her name was. 7 years is just beyond the pale, really, isn't it?
I should make an effort, really, but I just forget.
Every year you get a reminder, and every year it doesn't stick.
No.
And I can't believe that you've got someone in your life for 2 years and you don't know their name.
Yeah, she's just a woman at the spa. She's really nice, and I always nip down the spa.
Does she know your name?
Yeah, she says Jules. She says, all right, Jules, how you doing? I don't know how she got to know my name, and I didn't get to know hers, because surely if she asked me mine, I would have asked her hers. Maybe I'm just a bit too self-involved. I didn't remember it. Maybe she just had a really generic name, you know, like one of those standard names that no one remembers, like Steve.
I don't think she's called Steve.
I don't think she's called Steve.
If you're trying to do it through a process of elimination, you think you can take Steve off your list, Jules. Ruthie, you've had a problem too.
For years and years and years, it must have been about 7, 8 years, I called my neighbour Lorraine, and found a job I thought that she might be interested in. So the next time I saw her, I said, "Oh, Lorraine." I thought, I've got a bit of a funny look, so I said, "Oh, it's Lorraine, isn't it?" And she said, "No, it's actually Leanne, but you've always called me Lorraine, and I've always answered."
Thank you for that, Ruthie.
You're welcome, Gemma.
You just moved to Hitchin, haven't you?
Yeah, Hitchin's lovely, by the way.
It is nice,
yes,
isn't it?
It is. In fact, the whole of Hertfordshire's lovely, but the roads are rubbish. And
hey,
well,
don't you come here dissing our roads?
There's been an odd thought process in the design of the roads. For instance, to get here this morning from Hitchin, I go on the A1M, I go one junction, one stop, and get off at Stevenage.
Yes, you come 8 down to 7.
Yes. Who designed that road? What were they on when they came up with it? Well, this is a main artery into our nation's capital, and in the middle there's a central reservation with grass and trees, and what's that for? Get rid of that. Let's have a bit more concrete, a bit more tarmac, and make the road wider. Why can't it be one of those like motorways where you just have like a concrete wall so you could get an extra lane either side? I could live with that without the trees and the grass, or maybe even
Where are we supposed to go when we want a picnic, Graham?
Exactly. Who's picnicking on the central reservation? What is all the landscaping about? What's all this? Were you bird and bee people?
Were you about to suggest a movable central reservation?
Yes. What we should have is a concrete or a metal central reservation that moves, so that in the morning you've got one lane going north and all the other lanes going south. and then in the afternoon they can
cheap.
move the wall across.
Jack.